A wine glass shattered across the polished floor just as Elena Brooks screamed, "No! Don't touch him!" The sound echoed through the grand ballroom of the Park family's charity gala. Guests in designer suits froze as security guards surrounded a man kneeling beside an elderly waiter who had suddenly collapsed. Kang Ji-hoon ignored every order to step away. "Call an ambulance," he shouted, loosening his tie as he checked the old man's pulse. "He's still breathing." "The ambulance has already been called," someone replied coldly. Ji-hoon looked up and saw his father, Chairman Park Sung-jae, standing calmly at the top of the staircase. "Then why is nobody helping him?" The chairman adjusted his cufflinks. "Because one servant is not worth causing panic among distinguished guests." Ji-hoon's face hardened. Before he could answer, Elena grabbed his arm. "They poisoned him," she whispered. "I saw someone switch his medicine." Ji-hoon's eyes widened. "What?" "I don't know who, but someone wanted him dead." The old waiter struggled to breathe. With no more hesitation, Ji-hoon lifted him into his arms and rushed toward the exit himself. Before the story continues, if you enjoy emotional stories filled with betrayal, justice, and unforgettable endings, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. And tell us in the comments, if your own family committed an unforgivable crime, would you expose them or protect them? 3 hours later, the doctor walked into the waiting room. He survived. Elena released the breath she had been holding. Ji-hoon closed his eyes in relief. "But," the doctor continued, "someone administered a dangerous drug before he arrived. Another 10 minutes, and he wouldn't have made it." Ji-hoon's fists slowly tightened. "This wasn't an accident." "No." Elena hesitated before speaking. "I recognized the bottle." Both men looked at her. "It belongs to Park Medical Foundation." Ji-hoon's heartbeat quickened. That foundation belonged to his father. The next morning, Ji-hoon confronted Chairman Park inside the executive boardroom. "Did you know what happened last night?" His father didn't even look up from the documents on his desk. "I know exactly what happened." The old man almost died. He served this family for 40 years. He also stole documents. Ji-hoon frowned. "What documents?" The chairman finally raised his eyes. "The kind that destroy empires." Elena, who had quietly followed Ji-hoon to the meeting, felt a chill run through her body. She had copied several files from the waiter's office the previous afternoon after he begged her to keep them safe if anything happened to him. She suddenly understood why. Chairman Park looked directly at her. "Miss Brooks." His calm smile unsettled her more than anger ever could. "If I were you, I'd burn whatever he gave you." Ji-hoon stepped between them. "She isn't afraid of you." The chairman smiled again. "She should be." That evening, Elena opened the envelope hidden beneath the floorboard of her apartment. Inside were shipping records, bank transfers, photos, and one handwritten notebook. Its final page read, "If you're reading this, they already tried to kill me. Don't trust anyone inside the Park family, especially the one who always smiles." Before Elena could continue reading, every light inside her apartment went out. Her phone vibrated. Unknown number. She answered carefully. A man's voice whispered only one sentence. "They're coming." The call ended. Seconds later, someone tried the front door handle. Once. Twice. Then the entire apartment fell silent. Elena stopped breathing. Another sound came from the balcony. Someone else was already inside. She reached for the heavy lamp beside the sofa, just as a masked figure stepped out of the darkness. Before the attacker could move another step, the apartment door exploded inward. Ji-hoon charged through it with 2 trusted security officers. The masked intruder fled across the balcony, disappearing into the night before anyone could catch him. Ji-hoon looked at Elena's trembling hands. "They're willing to kill for those files." She nodded, unable to speak. He carefully took the notebook from her hands. For several seconds he simply stared at the names listed inside. His face slowly lost all color. "What is it?" Elena asked. He swallowed hard. "My father's signature." He turned another page. Then another. Each page revealed secret payments made over 15 years to judges, regulators, and company executives. But the final page was the one that shattered him completely. It contained the name of his late mother. Beside it were 4 chilling words. Approved for permanent silence. Ji-hoon read the page again, hoping his eyes had betrayed him. They hadn't. His mother's name remained there, followed by the words that stole the air from his lungs. Approved for permanent silence. Elena gently touched his arm. "Ji-hoon." He looked at her with eyes she had never seen before. "They didn't just destroy strangers," he whispered. "They destroyed my own family." His phone rang. It was Detective Min Seo-jin, one of the few officers he trusted. "I don't have much time," she said. "Your father's legal team is already trying to block every investigation. If you're going to act, do it before sunrise." Ji-hoon looked toward the window where the first hint of dawn was beginning to appear. "I won't wait another day." By noon, every member of the Park family received an urgent message requesting their immediate presence at the estate for what was described as an emergency succession meeting. They arrived one after another, confident and smiling. No one noticed the gates closing behind the final limousine. Steel barriers locked into place. Security cameras switched to Ji-hoon's private network. Even mobile signals disappeared. Chairman Park slowly looked around the conference room. "What have you done?" Ji-hoon stood at the head of the long table. For the first time in this family's history, no one is walking away until the truth does. One executive laughed. "You think this is a game?" Ji-hoon pressed a button. The enormous screen behind him came alive. Bank transfers. Secret recordings. Photographs. Signed contracts. The room fell silent. Elena stepped forward and placed the old waiter's notebook on the table. He spent 20 years collecting proof because he believed someone honest would eventually find it. Chairman Park remained calm. "You have papers. I have influence." "No," Ji-hoon answered quietly. "You had influence." The conference room doors opened. Detective Min entered with officers from the National Anti-Corruption Bureau carrying arrest warrants. Several executives jumped to their feet. One blamed another. Another offered to testify. Years of loyalty collapsed in seconds. Chairman Park never moved. Instead, he looked directly at his son. "You would destroy everything your grandfather built?" Ji-hoon's voice remained steady. "No." He glanced toward Elena before continuing. "I'm saving it from the people who poisoned it." The chairman slowly stood. "You'll regret this." Ji-hoon shook his head. "My regret was staying silent for so long." The officers approached. For the first time, Chairman Park's confidence disappeared. As the handcuffs clicked shut, he asked quietly, "After everything I've done for this family, is there truly no forgiveness left?" Ji-hoon met his father's eyes without anger, only certainty. "God may forgive you." He paused. "But I will not." Silence filled the room. Outside, reporters who had been tipped off by Detective Min watched as one powerful executive after another was escorted through the estate gates in handcuffs. Weeks later, the investigation uncovered decades of corruption, bribery, and murder disguised as accidents. The old waiter recovered and became the key witness whose courage finally exposed the truth. Chairman Park received a life sentence. Every stolen asset was returned through a victims' compensation foundation established in memory of Ji-hoon's mother and the countless people who had suffered in silence. Months later, Ji-hoon and Elena stood together in the estate gardens. The gates that had once kept ordinary people out now remained open every day. Children played where fear had once ruled. Elena smiled. "You could have answered hate with hate." Ji-hoon intertwined his fingers with hers. I wanted justice, not revenge. She leaned her head against his shoulder. And now we build something better than the empire built on lies. As they walked through the open gates together, Ji-hoon looked back only once. Not with bitterness, but with peace. Some betrayals leave scars that never completely disappear. Yet even the deepest wounds can become the place where a better future begins. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who believes that truth is always stronger than power. And tell us in the comments, if you were Ji-hoon, would you have forgiven your father, or made him face justice?